Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I don't think I'm going to put tape on this. I'm starting a little bit early today because we have, hello, Raul. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Let's see if I can bring this down a little bit. There we go. How are you today, Raul? What time is it for you? I'm having my little espresso coffee today. Do you drink coffee or tea? You probably have some chai, right? I'm going to do some, I'm just going to paint this flower that I have already sketched on here. There is a group coming after me, so I'm going to be a little bit quick today. I'll be using my Tanya. Good morning. How are you, sweetheart? Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to use my my core paintings as all my core palette as always, and I'm going to spray them with water to make them alive. And when I did this swatch, I know how messy I am, so I purposely put a plastic on it. And there we go. That's my little cheat sheet, so I can see what colors I'm making. I'll put that on this side. And I am going to just paint this that I have here. I have already on here. Grandma Kathy, how are you, sweetheart? By the way, I got all my watercolor paints ready. Okay, I got to tell you something that I saw yesterday, and I am blown away. I have been looking and researching, and I just can't find how it's done. But Kathy and Tanya, if you can find out how it's done, I don't know if it costs anything or not, but Dragon, I don't know what the name of the channel is, but it's Dragon something. She's the lady that does a lot of collaborations all put together. And she had a live last night, and there were 4 people on there. But when you looked at what was going on, there were 2 people coming up, her and Gert. They were coming up as lives. So I went into each one of them, and they were the same thing. So both of them were on live at the same time. How that, I even asked, is this live the same? And they said, yes, it's the same. And the other lady said, I figured out on YouTube how to do this because live stream or stream live is charging too much. So she had 2 lives going on one, in one area, I mean, in one video, and they were both getting credit at the same time. So that is super interesting. If you guys can figure it out, I couldn't. I looked everywhere last night to see how she did that. I couldn't figure it out. Maybe you guys know her and you can talk to her. I couldn't figure it out, but it's so interesting. So anyway, yes, I am ready to do, let's talk to Debbie, because I know Debbie wants to paint also, and anybody else. we can do something either on stream live or, and then I have to get Taz to help us with that because I'm not sure how that's done. Or, and we don't have to do it private. So, that's it. It's dragon resin. So get with her. She's, if you know who she is, ask her how she did that. It's really interesting. Anyway, I'm going to paint this something simple today because we do have a group after. We have the, what's today? Today is Monday. We have the tag team. They start at 11. Oh, they start at 11. Oh, I thought it was 10:30. I am so messed up. This head cold is killing me. All right. I can slow down a little bit. Oh, let's see. I have StreamYard, and you can get up to 6 free. Yes, I know. Yes, that's wonderful. We can do it on that, Tanya. Perfect. Let's plan it. Let's do it because I just like to paint. I don't care. Yeah, I before I left down to South Florida, I was not feeling 100% because my babies, my grandchildren, were here, and they were here because they were out of school. They had a cold, so whatever I had started back then, but it wasn't that bad, you know. And I'm kind of used to them bringing all these cooties home. But then we went last week, exactly a week ago. We went to the wedding down south in Broward County, and I came back just not feeling well. But again, it's like a head cold, and it just doesn't want to go away. Darn thing. And I can't go on antibiotics because I don't have a fever. It's more, I think it's, yeah, it's viral. So there's no bacteria or anything. It was just there in my head, and it can't wait till it goes away. So anyway, yeah, absolutely, we got to plan that. Oh, I would love to paint with you ladies. Oh my God. I'll even do resin. I pulled out my resin already. You let me know. All right, so we're gonna, let's see, what am I doing? We're gonna wet this. We're gonna do wet on wet. It's my favorite, and that's what we're doing. So I already sketched this out. By the way, I can't wait till Wednesday so that I can tell you all the information that I got on my research on the 8 different kinds of papers. Watercolor papers that I tested on last week. It's so interesting. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that I have changed my mind on what my favorite paper is, and I can't believe it. So, yep, it is super interesting. I have a new favorite cold press paper. I have a new favorite practicing paper. And when I say practicing paper, I mean a paper that's, you know, good enough to practice, but not cheaper. I hate to use that word, but yes, cheaper. It's just a cheaper paper, and it's good to practice on. So that is incredible because I thought I had that packed down, and boy, was I wrong, completely wrong. Yep. So that hopefully will be on Wednesday. Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday, because we only have student versus teacher, and that's at 5. So I know I'm going to take a little bit longer on Wednesday. So this is pretty light, huh? Maybe I should make it a little darker. Yeah, let's make it a little darker while it's still wet. Oh, I love this. I love when the paint bleeds into the water and it gives you all those reactions. Isn't that beautiful? It's just so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Love it. Oh, lost my chat. Hold on. Yeah, I just don't let. Hello, Allison. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much. I am not going to let a head cold stop me from doing what I love. I mean, I really have to be really sick. So I paint. It makes me happy. And oh, I got another little thing to tell you. I got a book, and I'm reading up. It's called Painting Calm, and it's actually I found the used book. What am I saying? Sorry, I found a used book, and it was what, not even $10. And it's such, I got it yesterday and I couldn't put it down. It has so much good information in it. Oh, I did this the opposite way. Okay, no problem. See, it's sometimes it's good to just paint and not think of what you're doing, because you just, it's wonderful. You get really nice reactions, effects. I'm not touching this one here, but look at this, how pretty it is. Let me put the yellow in. And the yellow that I'm using today is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's dairy dyed yellow, and that's what I'm using. And here I did it the opposite way. I did the orange first. The orange is, what am I using? I'm using permanent scarlet. Am I using? Yep, that's what I'm using, permanent scarlet. And let's see what happens. So here I did yellow first. Let me put a little bit more. And here I did the orange first. Rona, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Very nice of you. Nanette, hello, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. We're just painting something really quick. You know what? I like this better than this one. I think I'm going to do that. You see, these are the things when you practice daily, you don't think about it, you do something, and that's how you get your favorite things. You just pick your favorite colors, your favorite technique, and look at that, how pretty. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's go to this leaf here. And I have to get off by, what time is it? Oh, I have enough time. But you know what? I'm going to turn this on because my stuffy head is not letting me think. I got my little espresso coffee today, which should help me a lot. I know it's my friend Donna's favorite to-go coffee, it's her espresso. And I love it because it gives me a real boom. All right, what did we do? We did orange first. So we're going to do orange first. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And this book that I got is also, that's another thing I'm going to do. It has differences between brushes. So after we finish this first test that we're doing on the papers, then I'm going to do a video on the different kinds of brushes and what they do. Isn't that interesting? I would love it. Love it. But I am missing a brush. Honestly, when you start, and this is the truth, when you start, excuse me, Debbie, hi honey, good morning. I'm a little early today. Of course, I messed up because I thought that today was Tuesday and I only had till 10:30, but it's not. It's Monday, and it's the tag team. It's August and Tanya and Kathy that are going to start at 11. So I started a little bit earlier, but that's okay. That's all right. what was I saying now? I forgot. Anyway, Tanya, Debbie, talk to each other. Let's plan it. Excuse me. Let's plan it, Tanya. And anybody else that wants to join us for painting. So as I was saying, this book that I'm reading has the differences between the brushes also. And when you start, you honestly, you only really need just, well, okay, so you only really need a few brushes. And as you start and you see how things work, you know, then you start adding to your collection. But a lot of you know I started in acrylics. Actually, even before acrylics, I was doing some Janice. Hello, darling. Wait a minute. Hello, darling. I did glass, which I don't think I ever did a video on it. I used to cut glass, and I did a lot of pretty stuff, cutting glass and stuff like that. And then I started in acrylics. I moved on to resin. I moved on to, what else did I do? Texture. I'm just everywhere, right? So during those times when I was doing all of those things, you know, every time an artist that I was watching had a new anything, there I went. I went out and I bought it. And, you know, thinking, oh, I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that, right? Well, no, you don't. Well, in my opinion, I shouldn't say that. But in my opinion, because I don't want to get anybody upset, you don't need that many things to start. Especially in watercolor, it is just a few brushes. And if you think you like it, then, and then you're going to continue, then get the next brush that you get a good kind. But start with something cheap. And if you really, really like it, then invest right away. And this is only my opinion, guys. Then right away, invest in some, and when I mean some, I mean a handful, maybe 5. A couple of round brushes, a few sizes, a larger, a smaller. You know, let's see. I love this. If you like to do a lot of floral, this is a spotter, and it's really, really, really thin. So I like this. You get something like that. Definitely one of these. This is a wash, and this is when you put down one of these. And I had from acrylic painting, I already had a lot of brushes, so I used all those brushes to start. And when I finally decided, yes, I'm going to stay, I like watercolor, I looked up some information on brushes, and Princeton for me was a very good brush with all the information that I got. So I decided, okay, that's what I'm going to invest on. And then of course, Princeton has a whole bunch of, they have the soft, the velvet touch, and they have the elite, and they have this and that. Well, I got the one that's more springy. Let me show you something. This here is also Princeton, and this was Aqua Elite, but this is very soft, or it's softer. Am I saying the right? Yep, there we go. And then we have, see, this is how springy it is. It's springy. So I like this. I like the velvet touch. I like it better than the Aqua Elite. They're both still from Princeton, but one is softer, one is tougher, and I feel I have more control with the velvet touch. So that's what I invested in. And every time that I see something that I like, um, that actually I have one that's I'm gonna go get today. I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get it. It's called a dagger. I think that's what it is, dagger, and it's really good for making leaves, and it's kind of it's kind of like a sideway brush. So I'm gonna go get one. So I only have a handful of brushes. Look at this. This is all that I have as far as good brushes, and I've been picking them up as I've been going, doing my my journey, and oh, I lost the chat. My watercolor journey. Okay, so this is all I have, and I'm fine. You don't have to get a mess of stuff. Just get good ones that you like and take care of them. Do not leave them in water, and always rinse them at the end and let them dry flat, and then just put them away. And I've had these same ones already for months and months, and they're perfect. So if you're going to invest, find the one that you like and take care of them. You don't have to buy a mess of stuff. As far as palettes, I have one travel, one core, and the first one that I ever got, which was a very cheapie on Amazon, and that's it. And you don't really need to spend a whole bunch of money on every single little thing that everybody's out there experimenting. And I shouldn't say that, but this is my opinion only. You just get what you want. But I'm using the ones that I like, and that's it. Because if not, it's overwhelming, and it's so confusing. That's the other thing. You get confused on, and then you buy more and more, and then at the end of the day, sometimes some things that you buy, you don't even use them. So you don't even get to them. So now, after doing the experiment with the papers, which Wednesday, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at the result. Why is it bad to iron? Why is it bad to iron a 4-leaf clover? Oh no. Why? Tell us, Debbie, why? Why? You should press. You shouldn't press your luck. That's a good one. And St. Patty's Day is coming up next month. My middle name is Patricia. It's going to be my Saint's Day. I can't wait. I love the 17th of March, St. Patty's Day. I went to St. Patrick's School, and I was confirmed with Patricia as my middle name. And we get to, I love St. Patrick's Day. March, all of March. There's some beautiful, beautiful days in March for me personally. My mom's birthday and my Saint's Day. And it's a very colorful month. you know, with the Mardi Gras and, oh, I wonder what, I'm already planning in my head, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the flower of March is daffodil, so I'm going to be painting that one. That's one of the paintings or the lives that I'm going to do. But anyways, getting back to the supplies, you don't really need that much. The less that you have, the less confusing it is. And yeah, it's just, you know, you don't have to think, oh, what am I going to use for this? And what am I going to, you use what you have, and you have simple stuff. It's less cluttering. And that's just me, guys. A lot, you know, I know other people like to have a little bit of everything. That's fine too. But my brain, I'm just like, oh, so OCD that I have to have everything, you know, planned out and perfect and whatever. So for me, I just have a certain amount of supplies. And since I'm going to have only a certain amount of supplies, of course, I'm going to get the better kind. And I can't wait for Wednesday so you guys can see the difference in the papers. It's incredible. I have definitely changed my mind with reference to, okay, so this one is wet and this one is wet, so I can't do this one and I can't do this one. So let's go to this little one. I have definitely changed my mind with reference to cold press and continuing to find out information. There is cold press, hot press, there's cellulose paper. And those are the three that actually I know of, also synthetic and what's that other, mineral paper. So those are the 5 papers that I know about. I am sure that there are so many other. Oh, I wouldn't drive you. You would, Kathy? Probably. I've been like that forever, but I think that's the number side of me. My brain, I've always been a finance person. That was in my other life before I retired. I graduated in finance, and I have an undergraduate degree in international banking. So that was me, you know, numbers person. I always had to have everything detailed and in perfect order. That's just how my brain works, but there's nothing wrong. My husband's the opposite. My husband is the opposite. As a matter of fact, I would walk into his office and there's a pile and another pile and another pile. And I was like, oh my God, I have to walk out. But here's the crazy thing. You would ask him, where is, and he would just go, here you go. And I'm like, how do you do that? He knew where everything was. I mean, we're both retired now, but that's insane. I could, it would drive me nuts, but you know, everybody's different. So as long as he wouldn't get into my stuff, I didn't get into his stuff, and we were fine. Anyways, he had his office, and I didn't, he didn't have to pick up because he was his own boss. So. Yes, Debbie, I was always a numbers person. Not anymore. Well, I do still do all the stuff at home, but I don't think I can do what I used to do before. It's just too many deadlines and stuff that, well, we didn't have the technology that we have now. So let's see, this is still wet. So let's go to, I'm going to have to dry a little bit because everything is touching. This is wet, so I can't do this or this. And this here is wet, so I can't do this. So that's something that you guys have to keep in mind. Now, look at that. That's the first one that I did. And I just want to show you. this is how you learn from when you practice and practice. This is the first one, first petal I did, and I put yellow down first, and then I did the orange. Now, if you like this, that's perfect. But I love this blending. I did the orange first, and then I put the yellow in the middle. So look at that. All right, I'm gonna mute you guys a minute so I can dry this, okay? Okay, I'm back. What time is it? Am I? Oh, I have time. I have time. So don't forget the tag team is after me. We have August Acrylic Art Creations with Tanya and Grandma Kathy's Art Venture. And they start at 11 Eastern. And they're about 40 minutes away. So whatever time it is in your area, 40 minutes away, that's when they start. Kat, hello, my darling. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Very sweet, very kind. Let me put this little thing here so that I can have my, I didn't put any tape around today, so this works. So, as I was saying, you guys are going to be super surprised at the papers on Wednesday, the results. I certainly was, and that the experiment was only on the 8 papers that I have here, that I've been gathering again. Oh, I want this paper. Oh, I want that paper. Oh, I need it. I need it. Well, no. Now I know exactly the 2 cold press. Well, one is a cold press. The other one is not going to be a cold press that I will be buying from now on. And the other one, the other papers, all the other 6 pads that I have, I will be using as practice papers, because I figured out what I like. And that is good to know where your money is going. But everybody is different. It depends. It all depends, guys, on what style of painting you're doing. It depends on, this is awesome, Betty. Thank you, Kathy. It depends on, cluttered. Kathy, I mean, a cat, I can't. It's just not, I go crazy. I go nuts when I see clutter, and I've gotten so much better because of my grandchildren. But it makes me crazy. I just have to pick up, and that's why I'm always going. I'm picking up here, picking up there. I don't cook. My husband's the one that cooks, because he is a fabulous cook, and I hate the kitchen. But you bet that and he's a messy cook. Okay, and no problem. I don't care as long as I don't have to cook. But right after he finished cooking, and we eat, I'm in that kitchen picking up. That's just how my brain works. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I have cleaned up my art room. I'm always looking for something to pick up. And it's fine. My art room is fine. It's just me, my brain. It's just the way I am. But hey, what can I say? That's just me. when my grandbabies go home, when they get picked up, there's a room, an extra, we have, it's like a guest room, and we kind of turned it into a toy play room for them where they keep their toys and stuff. And as soon as they walk out the door, I'm in there picking up. And they pick up, but not the way I like, not the way I like it picked up. I'm just bad. What can I say? I don't know. So, okay, so we finished those leaves. Now we're going to go to green. Let's see. I'm going to use sap green. Sap green. That's my favorite green now. I just love it. And that's another thing about, you know, practicing every day. You get to figure out what greens you like, what oranges you like. I can tell you that in my palette, the only one that I have not used a lot is cadmium red medium. Other than that, there's a Rossi. No, I have that's a second fill. I use that one a lot. So you learn by experimenting which colors you like, and if you buy pans, you can't. If you buy tubes, these are the tubes versus the pan. The pans, you're stuck with them. That's why I like tubes, because once you know what colors you like, you just buy individual pans and you fill it up. You fill up your little pans. I'm sorry, you buy individual tubes and you fill up your pans with the colors that you like. So that's another thing that, you know, you don't have to buy too much of one of every color, because they're also, watercolor is great to mix. It's just fantastic. And you can make beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to add a little bit of gold green here. And I'm going to add it right onto here. My son has ADHD and Asperger's syndrome. I would ask him to pick up all my stuff from the floor. Oh, Debbie, both of my grandchildren have ADHD, and I can deal with it now. But it was very, very hard for me in the beginning. When I was growing up, we didn't really, I mean, who knows what I had. We didn't really think about those things. And now there's so much that can be done. But yes, I understand. And that's why I don't get upset anymore. I just pick up, you know, whatever I have to do. Although I got to tell you that the parents are amazing, amazing. And oops, did you see what I just did? And all the medicines, the advancements that we have now compared to what we didn't have, it's wonderful. So I don't know if I like that one too much. Let's make this next one a little bit different. That's right. You're absolutely right. I am very flexible with everybody else's stuff, not with me. I'm hard with me. Oh well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I like what's happening here. This green is just flowing right into the other one, and it's making it a little bit lighter. Oh, I like that. So what I'm doing here is that I'm pulling the colors. Ooh, okay. But you know what? I want a little bit more green, so I am going to pick up a little bit more green here. And I'm going to take, no, this is too thick. Hold on. I'm going to take this little tool. I know exactly what you and Debbie and Kathy are talking about, because we had to make several changes here. I'm taking this little tool. It's really for nails, but it's like a dotting tool you can use. And I'm making just little lines while the paint is still wet. And just making a little line in there. Look how pretty that is. All right. Do I have time? Yep. I have time, guys. If you need to go, please don't forget. The tag team is at my time 11 and I'm Eastern. Okay, so we have here, and this is dry, so we're going to go in here and try not to miss Wednesday. Wednesday I'm going to reveal all that experiment with papers, watercolor paper. Very interesting. All right, you know what, I'm going to pick up a little bit thicker paint. Oh, how pretty. Look at that. Look at that. How pretty. All right. Isn't that pretty? Thank you, Nanette. That's 8 a.m. for us West Coasters. Oh. I hope it's not too early. I'm usually, well, last night we stayed up watching TV. Okay, so this petal is curved. So I'm going to make this part here the same color as this, and I'll make this one a little bit different, or maybe darker or lighter. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So let's do the same thing. I'm going to put wet on wet. And I'm trying to stay away from that orange as much as I can until I get my green in there. Then I'll let it move up a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing as I did here. I'm going to put some green to move up. Just like that. Oops. Just like that. And it's okay that it's darker on the bottom. Hold on. There we go. Darker on the bottom. Usually flowers are a little bit darker on the bottom, so that's fine. And now I am just pulling up the color with my brush. This area, pulling it up. And as I pull it up, it makes it a little bit lighter on the top, which is what I want. Okay, and now with this little tool, I'm just going to make a little line right there. Maybe another one here. And another one here. And these are little veins. And then on the top, let's mix a little green gold in here. And I'm going to add a little bit more sap green. And I'm just going to touch neutral tint, which is like a gray. I just put my brush in there just a little bit, and that's just going to darken this up a little bit, just a teeny bit. And I'm going to do this wet on dry, so it'll pick up more color. All right. And here we go. And I just added a little bit more tint because it was still very light. And there is that darker color. And this way you can see that it's a folded leaf. I'm not that great with leaves. I'm still working on them. Actually, I'm working on everything that has to do with watercolor because I'm still learning, but I love the journey. So by doing that, you can see that this leaf is turning. How's that? All right. Okay, so now we just have to do the bottom. Let me see, what time is it? Oh, okay. I got 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, but let me wrap it up. And then afterwards, what I have learned, that once it's dry, I can just use a damp, the brush damp, and just move the colors in a little bit if you want to, just to make that little shadow. And see that? I'm just covering those little holes that I did not. And that's how I do it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's how I do it. And you know what? Let me put a little line here because those veins are coming down. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up straight from the pan because I want these to be darker. So I'm going to get my little, what is this? My spotter. I don't know if this is too small, but you know what? I'd rather start small and be able to add. So I'm going to go straight into my sap green, and I'm going to go down this way. I don't like how that happened, but that's okay. All right. And I'm just going to fill in this part down here. And this little bottom part, I'm going to make it a little bit darker because that's like where the branch is cut off, the stem is cut off. And I'm just going to make it a little bit darker. I'm trying to. There we go. And the same thing with this one. Maybe a little bit darker down here. All right, and again, I'm going to go directly into the pan so I can bring down this line. I'm going to hold my hand because I'm a little shaky today from medicine. I'm still on some medicine for this head cold. Just over the counter stuff, but still makes me a little shaky. at that. How pretty. I don't like how this came out, but you know what? It's going to stay this way. There we go. All right, let's do these two, and then we're going to be done. Oh, that's my husband. 1 second, please. I guess he forgot I'm on a live and he's doing something. I don't know. Making noise in the back, so I apologize. Okay, so well, I'm going to bring this one from here. Okay, wow. I'm holding my breath here. All right, here we go. My breath and my hand. Okay. Now, before this dries, I'm going to blend it a little bit. Oops, went out of the line. That's okay. Okay. How's that? How's that looking? One more. Here we go. Okay. You know what? I need to blend this a little bit more. All right. Again, I'm taking my little spotter. Very little. I don't know if you guys can see how little it is. And I'm putting it directly into the pan to pick up the paint, and then I'm going to try to make a straight line. There we go. And now a thicker one on this end. Maybe I shouldn't have done that thicker one. All right, let's see. There you go. All right. And then I'm going to blend it a little bit. I don't know what my husband's doing. I think he sounds like he's vacuuming the house. That's good. This one is just bothering me. Okay, that looks better. Oh, much better. Okay. So I'm bringing the color a little bit down. Let's move this a little bit so it doesn't look so rigid. There we go. How's that? This is the only one I don't like. What do you think? Let's see if we can fix that. Let's see if we can fix this. Just for the fun of it, okay? I mean, this is practice, so. Let's see. So I'm gonna wet this a little bit, not too much, and try to blend the colors that are there already, and maybe add a little bit more. Let's start with orange. And then we'll add a little yellow in the middle and kind of blend it in. And that looks so much better. So much better. Now I'm taking my brush, damp, and I'm just going to blend a little bit inside those lines just to make the little shadow. Don't have to do it. It's fine without it, but I just like it. I think it's pretty to put that little hint of color in there. And I'm going to take a pop of Pyro Orange and dip it in there. Now this is really done, but the beauty about beauty of watercolor is it once this dries, you can embellish it. You can continue adding details. You can add veins to your leaves. You can add more leaves on the bottom, or add veins to your petals and add more leaves on the bottom. You can continue. You can add some a backsplash, a color of backsplash colors. I'm going to leave it here, let it dry completely, and then maybe I'll come back later today and add some more color. But Debbie, you're so kind. That is one thing that I've never thought to be is a good teacher. But that's very, very kind of you. So this is it for today. Let's go to the tag team. And they're on in 12 minutes, about 10 minutes from now. Thank you all for being here. Tomorrow we'll have something short as well, because tomorrow we have Talent Tuesday. It starts even earlier. It starts at 10:30 my time. So I'll figure out something short to do tomorrow. But Wednesday, please don't forget, Wednesday we're going to talk about all the papers and the conclusion to that wonderful experiment that we did last week. So I'll see you at the tag team. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Be happy. Be safe. Be kind. I love you all so much. You don't know how much this means to me that you're here with me. All right? Talk to you.